Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and do share out the videos. And now we're going to complete the 2019 Grade 3 Practice Paper C. So if you turn with me to page 14, we can make a start on that. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this on your own, and then we'll check through the answers together. So all of the questions on this page are going to be relating back to this little extract here. And so let's press on and see what we're required to do. So a bit of general information first of all. We're told that the melody is in the key of E flat major, and we're asked which other key signature shares that same key signature. And if you are fully revised up with your major and minor keys, you should be okay with that. However, I do suggest that you always write out your circle of fifths. In this grade you only need to go up to 4 sharps or 4 flats, so you don't need the whole list, but the circle of fifths is a really great way of just getting all your information down in one go, and then you just keep referring back to it and you're not stressing out trying to keep bringing information to mind. If you're not sure about how to write this circle of fifths out, if you go to my video on the circle of fifths, it's in the playlist Music Theory for Everyone, and you'll find the link to the circle of fifths video in the cards and in the description, and you can watch that video, and that would be a real benefit to you to just get all of your keys down. And then you would know that E flat major has the same key signature it shares, it's related to C minor. So that's job done. C minor. Now, is it true or is it false that every complete bar in this melody, so not calling into question the anacrusis, the upbeat and the final bar, is it true that each complete bar has at least one note, so not necessarily the whole of the tonic triad, but at least one note from the tonic triad of E flat major? So let's think what we're looking for. The tonic triad is built up of the first, the third and the fifth. So in E flat major, I shan't bother with the flats because your key signature deals with that, is E flat of course, F, G, A, B. So we're looking for either an E, a G or a B. So does every complete bar contain at least one of those notes? So let's look through. So that's not a complete bar, we won't worry with that. We're in the treble clef, so that's an E flat, so that's got at least one note. We don't need to look further, it's got at least one, so that'll do. So here's an E, so that's got one of the notes. Here's a G, so we don't need to look further. There might be others, but it's got at least one. Again, there's a G. Of course, there's an E and a B, but so long as there's one, that bar is acceptable. We have a G, we have a B, we don't really need to look further. Bar 6, we have an F and a C. So actually bar 6 doesn't have any notes, so no need to look further. It's not true that every single bar has one note at least of the tonic triad, so it's false because bar 6 doesn't. So looking through the music, we're asked to show which bar has the quietest note in the melody. So let's see what happens throughout. So we begin in mezzo forte, which is moderately loud. It then actually gets louder to here where it's forte. So all of this is pretty loud until here where we go piano that's quiet, and then it's gradually fading away. We have a diminuendo getting quiet all the way to the end. So actually this is the quietest note of the whole piece. So the bar number is bar 8. It's the very last note in the very last bar will be the quietest. Now again, just a little bit of observation. How many times does this rhythm, this dotted quaver, semiquaver, dotted 8th note to 16th note occur? So let's see how many times does that occur. So we have 1 here. There we have it again. 2, just visually, just glancing. This is not it. This is backwards, so that won't do. 3. 4. Have I missed any? Oh, 5. There we go. I've missed one. Yeah, silly me. I've missed one there. Bit out of order, but I've got them all eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was too busy getting thrown by that one not being correct. That one is correct. So yes, it is 5. There we go. And then now we need to look and see how best describes bar 3. Is it legato? They've even helpfully given us the definitions. Legato is smooth. Staccato is detached. So let's see what's going on in bar 3. And so what tells us what's going on is this line here, this slur, which means it's played smoothly. Unlike here, for example, these notes are staccato. Those little dots tell us staccato. So here we played smoothly. Remember, these dots here aren't articulation marks, these are timing marks. When the dot comes after the note, it means it's half as long again. When it's under the note or above the note, it's a staccato marking. It's this that gives us the answer, this slur mark here. So underline legato, smoothly. And now, for the last part of this question, we're asked to write on the blank stave at the top of the page. We're writing the melody out from the beginning of bar 5, just what you're copying, well, writing out the correct section, to the end of the music. So we're going to be referring to this second line here, but we've got to use everything to make it twice the value. So we're going to have to change the key signature and double everything up, and then we're going to have to regroup, rebeam the notes appropriate to the new time signature. So let's think what's going on here. So at the moment we have 3 beats in a bar, so we need to stay in triple time. There still needs to be 3 beats per bar. We can't change the musical effect. Here we're counting in quarter notes or crotchet beats, so to double it we'll be counting in minim beats, half notes. So our time signature will be 3/2 to show that new beat. So that's the thinking done. Now then, let's see what we have to do before we get writing away. So to double everything, going from a crotchet to a minim, so the unit value is doubled, so that will now be a minim, that will be a minim or a half note. To double these, we remove a beam, they become quavers, 8th notes, double, that will become a minim with a dot, and then here this quaver rest, this 8th note rest, will become a crotchet, a quarter note rest. We remove the beam, so that becomes a dotted crotchet, a dotted quarter note, and so that will just have one little tail to become a quaver. We do the same again here, remove the beam, so these will become triplet crotchets or quarter notes, and then these will become minim beats, half notes, and we can see how the unit beat has doubled. So that's the thinking done. Now we've just got to write it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put my bar lines, get all the nuts and bolts in place first of all, just so I'm not worrying about whether I'm going to be running out of space and so on. And I'm still going to keep everything, oh dear, I'm going a bit heavy-handed there. So then, I'm going to follow their alignment just as best as I can, just so I don't get lost. So now I'm sort of a bit more in track, because here I've had to budge over a little bit because there's no time signature here. I suppose I could shuffle that over a little bit, but I'm back on track now. So if I keep everything reasonably in step with theirs, I'm not going to lose track and get lost where I am. And also I know I'm going to be correctly spaced. So I don't colour those in because I already know they're going to be minims, half notes. So I can colour these in. But I'm not worried about the stems yet because I'm going to have to decide what's going to be joined and what isn't. And I prefer to just think of everything in step. If you try and do too many things at once, something's bound to go wrong. Best just to divide things into manageable chunks. And although that seems strange, being an incomplete bar, we're counting 3 minim beats per bar. There's only 2 there. That is correct because if you remember, it's the final bar just balancing out this upbeat, this anacrusis here. The first bar and the last bar make up the time value. So then now I've just got to put the stems in place. So following their stems, so we're only going to put 1 beam here, but they have the stems going up. We shall do likewise, but we don't need the 2 beams. These have become quavers or 8th notes. Now this one doesn't need beaming. That's become a dotted crotchet, dotted quarter note quaver, 8th note. Other way round, quaver, dotted crotchet, 8th note, dotted quarter note. Now then, these won't need beaming because these have become crotchets, but we still do need to show that they are a group of triplets. Something that my stem's gone a bit wonky there. Just tidy that. There we go. Stem, stem. And that's that completed. And so let's just check through. We can see in minim beats and half notes beat 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The dot and the rest give us beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which is correct because of the upbeat at the beginning. That's that question completed. And that's that paper completed. I do hope this is helpful to your studies. These past practice papers are an excellent revision resource. They're so great to help you to get to grips with your music theory in preparation for an exam. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do share out the videos. And please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.